Hello and thank you for tuning in to Embrace My Melanin. It's your girl Rochelle, and in today's video, yes, as you saw by the title, we're on foundation week day number 5, okay? And in today's foundation, okay, we are going to go in with Miss Kat Von D herself in the True Portrait Liquid to Powder foundation, okay? I put mine up in the shade Deep 092. And it is what I have on my face right now. So if you would like to see how I applied this particular foundation and how it worked on my skin tone, please keep on watching. Okay, so before we get started on this video, before we head on over to the demo, let me just give one quick disclaimer out there. I know a lot of people don't necessarily like Kat Von D for whatever reason. I think the latest reason that I know of, that I know a lot of people were up in arms about, was the her not having her child vaccinated, from what I understand. Now, me myself, I don't have an opinion on it because of the fact that, one, I'm not a mother, so I don't know all of the ins and outs of vaccination. I didn't take the time to go and look up what it all does, and because right now I'm just not a mom and I don't know when I'm going to have children, I just didn't take time to go and look it up and find out about it and get the knowledge on it, me myself, okay? However, for me, I don't have an opinion on it. It's her family, it's her baby, so I just can't have an opinion on something as personal as that, especially since I do not have children myself. Now, if it was going out here being said that she's abusing her baby and she's physically abusing her child or mentally and all, cancel Kat Von D. However, it's something to do with her child, with certain, a lot of people have their own personal opinions about that particular subject. So me myself, I'm going to just stay back and, you know, let parents, first and foremost, I am not one, be parents. So that's all I have to say about that. Let's go on over into the demo. Okay. All right, let's get started. Here we are, day 5 with the Kat Von D True Portrait Liquid to Powder Foundation. Here is the packaging on Kat's foundation. I absolutely love her packaging, and her top screws off, and you have this little spout nozzle, basically, okay? Okay, I will say this. I do love with Kat. I love her packaging, even with her her first foundation, the Locket Tattoo foundation. Even though I didn't get that foundation, I did like the packaging on that too, and this one is really sleek and pretty too. Okay, so let me go ahead and give you some quick stats about this foundation. I picked mine up in the shade number 92, which is deep golden with a neutral undertone. Okay, and this foundation comes available in 40 shades and retails for $37, okay? This is a lightweight, medium coverage foundation in 40 vegan shades that won't clog your pores, okay? It says shake well to activate the innovative liquid to powder formula for a perfect skin look that moves with you and that gives you a beautiful long wear, airy matte finish, okay? Okay, and it says it's ideal for normal to oily skin type, helps control shine so you can create an ideal canvas for any look every day. And this is a vegan and cruelty-free product, okay? Now, we know Kat, she is very pet friendly, so of course I would expect for her products to be cruelty-free and also even vegan. So if you're more if you're a person that's vegan, and even in your makeup, not just in your food, but if you're in your makeup also you're a vegan, this is a foundation that you can try, okay? All right, and also just to let you know, like I said before, I got mine in the shade number 92. There are 3 additional shades after the shade available for my more richer, deeper melanated sisters, okay? All right, so I think I've shook it up enough. I think I've shooken it up enough, okay? And, okay, so that's where that came from, okay? So I'm just going to drop it on the back of my hand. Ooh, this might be a little bit too dark. Okay, and you can squeeze the two sides right there that's open. You can squeeze that, okay? Now here's the shade. This might be too dark. This might be just a little bit too rich, but I could correct all that with highlighter, and I might still be able to, even though it's been a little while, I might be able to go back and pick another shade. So let's see. All right, so I just did this side of my face, okay, and it was very easy to blend on this side of my face. As you can see, yes, it is too dark. It evens me straight out, but I can easily for myself, I can correct that with a lighter, of course, highlighter and concealer, okay, but that is it right there. I'm going to go ahead and do this side of my face. So this is this side, and this is this side, okay? So I know for sure one of the things I'm going to need to do is get a lighter shade for sure, okay? Okay, all right, and here it is, fully finished. I'm going to give it just a couple of quick minutes for it to fully dry down on my face, because it's supposed to be a liquid to powder finish. So I'm going to be right back in just a quick minute. Okay, I really chose the wrong shade, so I'm going to have to go maybe a shade or two lighter. Yeah, and that rarely happens. Usually I'm pretty good, but like I said, I ordered everything online, so we'll be right back. Okay, so here I am back, and it's been a few minutes since I put this on my face, okay? And of course, as you can see, it's too dark. It's almost as I'm black, so can I do blackface if I'm black? I digress, but anyway, but here's my face, and it has dried down really well. There's no transfer. There's no transfer at all. And from what I can see, it is very much so a liquid to powder formula. It's very much so a powder finish here on my face, a powder matte finish on my face, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and try to correct this, because of course it's too dark. I'm going to try and correct this, and we'll see what we can do. So I will be back when I'm done, but don't be shocked if I come back with my bonnet, because it's still a work day for me. So I'll be right back. Okay, here I am, and I am back at the finishing my whole entire face, and here is the look. Okay. Now I can say with the products that I use, I'm going to make sure I put everything that I use on my face down below in the description box, okay? And I can say that I am happy that I was able to get my face looking pretty normal. Usually the way it looks with the highlight that I use and everything. And I think I did a pretty good job. You know, my reverse contour is most definitely on point today. But this foundation right here, oh my goodness, so freaking beautiful. Very matte. If you are a person that has oily skin off the rip, I can tell you chances are you're going to like this foundation, because it does give you a beautiful matte finish. It is very much so lightweight, and just a little bit probably because I put when I was doing my concealer and my reverse contour, I felt my face tightened up just a little bit, and I put my overall powder on my face also, so I felt my face tighten up just a little bit. But of course that's what with the additional product, of course, on my face. But it was beautifully much so, very much so very much so matte when I put it on. So I will say that I'm absolutely loving the look so far. Okay, so right now it is 2:05. It is 2:05 in the afternoon. Right now I am on my lunch break. I actually am about to clock back in a second. So I just wanted to show you guys the time, show like roughly, because I started putting it on about 30 minutes ago, so I had it on for roughly 30 minutes, okay? But I'm going to show you guys this face, but I'm going to finish out my work day right now, and then, of course, I'm going to go to my other job after I get off of this job, because I'm working my part-time job today. But I'm going to be out in the heat and the elements. As of right now, it's at least 90 some degrees outside, so we're going to see how this face does in the heat and humidity. South Georgia weather in the middle of summer, okay? So we're going to see how this face does and this makeup does in the heat. It did not say anything about it being sweat resistant or water resistant, waterproof, or anything like that. But we're just going to see how it does inside the heat, okay? But it is a very, very beautiful, beautiful face, and I will be back in just a short minute for you and several hours for me. Of course, I probably won't be back on camera until after midnight, but you guys will see me in just a short second. Be right back. Okay, and here I am. I am back. And here is my face, okay? Okay. Now, I will say this. I have been wearing this face for quite some time. It is now 1:29 a.m. Okay, so I have had on this face for literally from when I put on the foundation. I pretty much had on this face for 12 hours. Okay, it's been a long and eventful day for me, but I had a really good day today, and I love trying out this foundation, and I'm really glad that I tried out this foundation today because it was hot and humid outside, that Georgia weather, baby, okay? But let me tell you about this foundation real quick. The Kat Von D True Portrait Medium Coverage Liquid to Powder Foundation, okay? So yet again, I will tell you it comes available in 40 shades and retails for $37, okay? I picked up the shade 92 Deep, which is a deep golden shade with neutral undertones, and there are 3 more shades available after this shade right here, okay? Now, this particular foundation says that it is a long wear airy matte foundation, okay? And I can honestly say it holds true to all of those. Long wear. It has been 12 hours, and after doing a quick blot on my face, here it is, okay? Now, as you guys know, I've said pretty much in all of my videos this week that I realistically will never go all day without at least blotting my face. But what I will do, of course, is tell you how long of a period it took for me before I started to blot my face and before the oil started peeking out through my nose, okay? So I think it was, I put the foundation on, well, I finished my face right at 2 o'clock, and I believe the first bit of oils that started to shine through on my nose was right about 5:30, okay? I wasn't a full-on reindeer. I wasn't full-on shining bright, okay? But it was just starting to peek through. For me, usually with a good matte foundation, that's standard, okay? Of course, we saw that I had the wrong shade, okay? But with that being said, this shade right here and it having 3 more darker than this, yo, Kat Von D, baby, you did a good job with your shade range, okay? She went very, very deep with her shade range. This is too dark for me. I think this would probably be too dark for Lupita Nyong'o, okay? So this probably might be like maybe, might be too dark for Nima Tang, actually. I mean, because this is a deep, rich shade, okay? And the only reason why you see this right here is because I put on a concealer, did some reverse contouring and everything, and this is what came of it when I had to put on the concealer to put some correction back in my shade. Otherwise, it would look like I was a black person doing blackface, which is just weird, but I digress. But anyway, now the next thing with this particular foundation is a liquid to powder formula. I can honestly say that it is very much so that the finish, when it dried down, it did very much so remind me of a powder formula on my face. It dried down very much so, like a powder foundation that I just buffed onto my skin. So I really and truly love that. I like that. When I put the concealer on today, which was, what concealer was that? Oh, that was the Too Faced, was it the Too Faced Born This Way? Too Faced, yes, the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I wear the shade Toffee, okay, and when I put on the concealer, it blended out beautifully on top and everything, and it worked effortlessly. The powders even blended in effortlessly on top of this when I want to set my whole face, which was interesting because I was wondering all the time. I was like, should I put powder on top of a liquid to powder? It kind of confused me. I wasn't sure whether or not I should put a powder on top of a liquid to powder foundation. It seemed a little weird for a second, but I am glad I did it because hopefully I'll be able to insert the footage. Earlier when I went out to while I was at work. I was outside in the heat and the hot humidity, okay, and I started sweating, okay, and it came through, and when it came through, you could see the product was being raised up some, okay, to where you could see like it was like just bubbling up. What I am happy about though was that when it dried down, because I didn't have any paper towels to pat down the foundation and get rid of the sweat, I had to let it dry back down on my face, unfortunately. But when it did, it was just fine. It did not move. It did not shift. My blush stayed on, and it did not dissipate or anything. And it just stayed right where it was. Everything stayed right where it was, and it was absolutely beautiful. Okay, now I say the only thing that I would say that I have some issue with, but that's more so I'm not sure, I wasn't sure what to use, which was what primer to use. Okay, now of course for me, because I have dry skin and this is a matte foundation, I put on a hydrating foundation, which was the Milk Hydro Grip. Okay, I absolutely love that primer. That primer was absolutely amazing to moisturize my face. But one thing I did notice with this particular foundation was it's not a foundation that smooths or blurs any texture on your skin. As you see right here, I have some small little bumps that have just come and peeked out on me, and that's one of the things about it when it came to the texture on my skin. However, I wish I probably should have used with this particular foundation, because it is a matte finish. I probably, instead of the Hydro Grip, I probably should have used the Benefit Professional primer, or possibly the Tatcha Silk Canvas primer. I use these primers more so to smooth out, so I can have just a flawless smooth finish when the foundation goes on. So maybe the next time when I get the right shade, I will probably use one of these to see how it will work on my skin, so that it could just make sure that any texture that I might have, that it could just blur it out and just make it look just so smooth and even on my skin. But overall, with this particular foundation, if you have if you have if you have oily skin, I feel like you will absolutely love this foundation. Okay, if you have normal skin and you just like a beautiful matte finish, or if you're a person where you do go these long days, like I've gone myself today, going darn near 12 hours with wearing a complete face, I feel like you're really going to like this particular foundation. Okay, because I have dry skin, I know that I probably wouldn't wear it as much as I would probably wear a more radiant foundation, only because I have dry skin. But if you just like a beautiful matte finish, then, you know, Kat Von D. I can't remember the last matte foundation I can honestly say that I really, really liked. But this one right here is, yeah, this one right here I absolutely just like. I really like it. Now, okay, but that is all. That is all for this video. I thank you guys so much for watching. Please, if you have not already subscribed to my channel and you like me just a little bit, go ahead and click the subscribe button down below. And if you like me and my brand of crazy and you like these types of reviews, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, please and thank you. I thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, stay blessed, stay beautiful, and please stay safe. Foundation day number 6 is coming up in just a few short hours. Bye.